right, let's build a DIY rod tube holder for cheap using milk crates, zip ties, little wire cutter. All right, doing a little office organization here and kind of rearranging some stuff. And I don't have a good place for my rod tubes anymore. I had them on a shelf. I've since moved the shelf into the garage. And now my rod tubes are kind of just laying on the floor, which is fine. You don't really need a spot to put them, but using my rods on a daily basis, I like to have them in the tubes when they're not in my truck. And I also like pick and choose from them a lot too. So I want a nice, easy storage solution for those things. But you look online and there's like really nice woodworked ones that hold 8 to 16 rods or whatever, but several $100s. I mean, I was seeing some $600, $800, which is more than I wanted to spend. Those higher end products are very nice, well-made, wood finished products. So not knocking those at all. Those are very nice pieces of artwork as well. But I'm not really wanting to spend that much money. I'm just looking for like a simple, cheap storage solution for my fly rods. So I came up with this through various different outlets. I was thinking about getting some wood and piecing it together myself, putting PVC pipe in there for the tube to be tube holders. I was just trying to do it as easy and with less tools as possible. Something I can do easy like that. Not really looking for anything super fancy. Just want to get my rod tubes up and out of the way off the floor. So I came up with this. I got 2 milk crates from Walmart, just under $6 a piece. Perfect. I didn't want to mess around with adhesives too much, so I ended up going with some heavy duty zip ties, also very cheap, $3-4 for a 50 pack, I think. And my goal, my idea is to kind of stack these on top of each other, cut out this top piece, and then just kind of stack the rod tubes up and through there. And that should be sturdy enough to hold them. I will say the Walmart milk crates are not the most heavy duty. So if you wanted to bump the heavy dutiness up, you might want to go get a different brand. This is just ones I got at Walmart. So they are cheap, but I went back and forth on this and I ended up going the cheaper route because cutting this seems like very doable. And I've got, just got like some wire cutters, and I might have to get just a little bit of a hacksaw or something, but I think it'll be relatively easy to do with the cheaper version of these milk crates versus the heavier duty ones that is a little harder plastic, and it might be trickier to cut through all that stuff. Obviously, if you got like a jigsaw or something like that, I think that would be perfect to cut this. And I might have to sand off some of these edges so they're not so sharp, so I don't cut anything with those, but we'll see how that goes. So yeah, my goal was to get it done relatively quickly, definitely cheaply, and just kind of get my rod tubes up and out of the way. So we'll see how she goes. Sweet. So obviously you had to break out the saw, and that helped out a little bit there. So now we have our top portion completed. I'll probably go ahead and sand this down. The saw made it decently smooth. Just put some final touches on that. Also, saw you're gonna scuff up. I don't know if you can see that, but you're gonna get some scuff marks on the inside of this. I'm not too worried about that because this is going to be on the inside and you're not really going to see it that much ideally, but we'll see. So something to note. Alright, so we got the bottom all knocked out, sanded it decently. There's definitely some rougher parts that you could get after and sand a little bit more if you really wanted to, but I'm not that worried about it. Now we're going to do the assembly. And originally I was going to have the top to top and then have the bottom, which I cut out, on the top. I don't think that matters as much. And if you do it bottom to top, then you don't have to worry about it as much. All the stuff you sanded is kind of in the middle, so you don't see it as much. So I think I might end up doing that. And then next, I'm not going to use any adhesives or anything like that. I got the idea to just use zip ties, and now we're just going to zip tie all the way around to give it some stability. Well, I gotta say, this, I only put zip ties on 4 corners, or the 4 sides, just 2 zip ties, doubled over, give myself some longer ties, but this thing, pretty sturdy. And one thing I found by putting the bottom on the top here and not flipping it is that the bottom fits into that top section nicely, so that adds some stability there as well. But pretty happy with this so far. Is it perfect? No. Is it aesthetically pleasing? No, not really. But it's cheap and it solves a problem getting my rod tubes off the floor. So let's throw some tubes in here and see how she does. What do you have there? Works pretty good. I've even got some of my bigger double tubes in here. This one's got 2 rods in it, kind of quite heavy. Sims 2-rod holder. I even stacked them all up in the corner thinking maybe it'll tilt over if you're not careful with the weight. But honestly, it stood up pretty well. And so I've got, you know, the equivalent of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, and I still plenty of room for more tubes. So, pretty cool little DIY project you can do in an hour or so. Only thing I really used was cheap milk crates, $5-6 at Walmart, a little pair of pliers, wire cutters actually, which you could probably upgrade and get something a little bit better to cut through this plastic. A little tedious process doing it this way, but it still didn't take that long. So if you don't have a ton of tools at your disposal, that's great. And then a little hacksaw just to help. And that might actually be the best thing, just to do that from the start. Just be careful that you're cutting what you want to. I did kind of cut through a little piece and there's a little hole in the side, but it doesn't seem to be, you know, affecting the durability at all. Very sturdy. Maybe some sandpaper too to sand out some different spots. But there you have it. Quick little project to get those rod tubes kind of more organized for you. Hope you enjoyed the video, and hope to see you in the next one. Or how about you come fishing with me, Western Colorado. Make sure you clean up your mess.